Reddit, what outrage over a celebrity was way overblown. Canadian snowboarder who gold in the men's giant slalom event at the 1998 Winter Olympics. The IOC initially stripped him of the medal due to a failed drug test for cannabis use but overruled by an appeals court 2 days later, resulting in the medal being restored. The dude you're getting Adele guy being a stoner. I mean, duh. I could see that from a mile away. Charlie Chaplin was labeled a communist and was told his re-entry to the United States would be subject to investigation into his political views. Charlie just decided never to come back to America. Once the documents became unsealed, it was revealed government officials had nothing on him despite publicly stating they did. The last execution by guillotine in France occurred in 1977, the same year that the first Star Wars film was originally released. What other things oddly existed at the same time? The Qing dynasty of China collapsed in 1912, the same year as the Titanic disaster. Nintendo was founded when Jack the Ripper was roaming the streets of London. Harriet Tubman was alive at the same time as both Thomas Jefferson and Ronald Reagan. Dali designed the Chupa Chups lollipop logo. Prisoners began to arrive to Auschwitz a few days after McDonald's was founded. Anne Frank, Martin Luther King Jr., and Barbara Walters were born in 1929. Barbara Walter died in December 2022. The Titanic maiden voyage happened the same year as MDMA was created. Frozen came out the same year Mississippi officially abolished slavery. In 1922, Betty White and the Ottoman Empire both existed. What are you amazed still exists in 2023? Convenience fees when paying bills online. Stickers that are impossible to remove from the things I buy. Fuck stickers. Facts. My doctor asking me to bring MRI scan results over on a CD when I go for my consult. That dog that just turned 31. Flat earthers. Like come on, even in ancient Greece they knew it wasn't flat. Windows 98 systems for mission critical serial devices. Apparently legal child marriage. Expensive weddings that bankrupt people. Iron lungs. I think there's a couple of people still alive who need an iron lung to live, and that completely blows my mind. People still keeping up with the Kardashians. Child beauty pageants. Pill commercials. Saw one yesterday that had a fucking dance and jingle to it. Small pill with a big punch or some kind of shit. So sick. What can you not understand no matter how many times it's explained? How a sewing machine works. Yes, I know. There's a bobbin. How does the thread get back through the other side? This shit. Topology demonstration. I've seen these so much, but my brain refuses to understand the how. How computers actually work and can play complicated games, the whole concept of crypto trading and Bitcoin. If someone could help me understand why smoke travels towards you when you are at a campfire, that would be great. I only understand that while hot air from the campfire rises, cold air is drawn in from the bottom, and the area blocked by the chairs or you somehow attract smoke in your direction? It doesn't seem to make sense that the air would be attracted to that area. Quantum entanglement. What food are you a bottomless pit for? Chips and salsa. French fries. Hey, do you want 3 hard-boiled eggs? No. How about 12 deviled eggs? Yes, please. Can't resist an endless supply of pizza slices. My ex's mom's homemade mac and cheese. The relationship was toxic and I'm glad I got out, but man, I will forever miss that mac and cheese. Tacos, tacos, tacos. I'll eat a couple dozen and stop only from shame. Much like my mentor Garfield, lasagna, potatoes, bread, dumplings. The other day had 4 orders with 8 in each order. I think my fiancée ate maybe 5 or 6 and she just watched me eat the rest. Warm sourdough baguette and Irish gold salted butter. Chicken wings. The pile of bones after are my trophies. Ice cream can never get old to me for some obscure reason. That and milkshakes. Pasta. Sushi. What is a small injury, but hurts a lot? Not sure if this qualifies as an injury, but pimple in nostril or ear can fuck right the hell off. Anything that's related to your teeth. Standing upright and immediately smacking your head on the corner of an open cabinet door. Other similar hazard you were aware of was there, but momentarily forgot about. The immediate and unexpected pain, coupled with confusion and then rage, makes it all hurt that much more. My dog getting up and leaving after I sit down by him. Cutting fingernails or toenail too short. Stubbing your toe. When your calf cramps up. I've screamed, cried so hard and loud during the middle of the night when it's happened to me. If something pushes itself under your fingernails. Like if you want something from your pocket and a key does this. Paper cut. Biting your tongue, cheek, lip. Burning the roof of your mouth on something hot. Having the tiniest of wounds on your lady parts and then going to the bathroom. Gas pains. What is something that is clearly a scam but is so normalized that most people don't ever notice? Service fees on something that you do 100 without another human's interaction online. The funeral industry and the wedding industry. College textbooks. How appliances are built to fail after just a few years. Ticketmaster. The lottery is gambling and it is rampant and a huge problem for millions and millions of people. My wife has paid for her college transcript on 3 separate occasions to send to where she wants to go. Why the fuck does she have to pay for it once? What about the thousands of dollars you charged her? College is a fucking scam in America and you can't fucking tell me otherwise. For-profit colleges. Most people don't know the difference, and end up spending thousands of dollars only to have their credits not transfer or a useless, unacceptable degree. North American tipping culture. Tipping culture. Just pay your workers fair wages. What is your country famous for? Unsuccessful art student. Princes sending emails. Food, riot and decapitation. Apologies and poutine. Spotify. IKEA, Avicii, redheads, potatoes, leprechauns and being crushed by the British. Mount Everest, often forgotten in map, sleeping face, lots of sheep. Saunas, colonizing, tea, monarchy, vast wealth divide, industrial revolution. Weed, ecstasy, directness, wooden shoes, stroopwafels. And definitely that everybody seemed to think that we all live in our capital city. Outside of it, nothing. XD, food, spicy food, customer care executives. Lol. Great history. World Wars. Cars. We make nice cars. AK-47, bear and vodka. Obesity, baseball, rum, vacations. Maple syrup and being sorry. What's a band you hate but most people absolutely love? Fifth Harmony and One Direction. Maroon 5, because most of their songs are generic and boring. Kings of Leon. Their first 2 albums were so raw, soulful, passionate. All off the sudden they start making the most generic, for radio, shit possible. Maroon 5. Ed Sheeran. It all sounds like music you'd hear in a dentist office performed by someone who hates music in dentist offices. Imagine Dragons. Not hate, but they are kinda rock band, that don't play rock at all. Edit. Wow, so much likes at the comment of offended fan of Imagine Dragons. I didn't say anything bad of them, just my subjective opinion. Lol. Edit 2. I made a battle in the comments about writing music. Drake. What's something women should never do on a first date? Bring her 3 kids that she hadn't yet told me about. Commit to any offered investment opportunities. Be on your phone the whole time. Only talk about your previous relationships. Don't tell him all your deal breakers as a list. You're just educating him on what to hide. Drink too much. You might start blabbering and reveal your organ harvesting plans, blowing the whole thing. Say I love you. Talk about her ex or ask the guy about his ex. Never display more than 2 or 3 of your personalities on the first date. Don't go to an unfamiliar location without first sharing the details with a friend. Allow a date they don't already know to pick them up at their house. Hell, don't get in a car with someone you don't know unless it's an Uber driver. Leave a drink unattended. Ignore any feeling of discomfort. What's the craziest thing you've overheard on a plane? Not that crazy as such, but when literally about to touch down, a lady got up and started walking urgently towards the bathroom. The cabin crew immediately started saying, "Madam, we're about to land, you have to sit down." The lady responded by screaming in a panic, "I'm gonna shit myself." They allowed her to continue. Everyone is boarded and the plane is in the middle of the taxi when a kid about 10 seats up and on the left side, I was on right side, starts crying and screaming at the top of his lungs, "I need to poop and I'm going to poop," over and over again until the seatbelt signs came off. I've never seen so many worried faces and the look of panic as the mother picked up the kid and bolted to the toilet. A 5-year-old boy once said, "Dad, can you ask them to pull over so I can go to the toilet?" Ha! I overheard a passenger passionately arguing with their seatmate about the correct way to eat a slice of pizza with chopsticks. What's the worst name you have ever heard? Guest checked into the hotel where I used to work, his name was Periwinkle. I went out of my way to make sure his stay was great, because anyone who goes through life with that name is one bad experience away from murdering everyone. Brinny. Brit fucking knee. My dad's friend Randall McCrandle. Niggly Williams, and he was black. I went to mostly black junior high. I still have my yearbook name, and with his misspelling the other kids called him Niggly Wiggly lol. I went to high school with a guy named Doom. Real first name, too. Know a guy named Dick Bender. We're in the Netherlands, but sheesh. At least change it to Richard or something. I work in a field where I see so many wild names every day. So it's hard to choose. I once got a Lucifer Morningstar. More recently I got a Precious Person. I've also had my personal favorite Shaq Ragery. Joey Jojo Jr. Shabadoo, which movie was a flop, that should have been a hit. Galaxy Quest. Absolutely fantastic movie. Emperor's New Groove. It flopped in theaters and it took years for it to work up to its current popularity. What a gem. Dread. Clue. Tanked at the theaters, but you'd be hard-pressed to find someone who didn't like it these days. Treasure Planet. Pitted against Harry Potter's initial release and spoiled the twist villain in the movie previews. Idiocracy. The movie release was purposely sabotaged by studios because of how it portrayed various brands. Eventually turned into a cult hit anyway because it's hilarious. The Iron Giant. Stardust. Absolutely amazing fantasy film. Tremors. While it got popular in the home video market, it flopped in theaters, and out of the 7 Tremors movies, is the only one that got a theatrical release. Your username is your crime. How did you end up behind bars? Apparently anything I was accused of. Got some cookies. I stole dairy. Oh, they thought I was joking. I honestly don't know. For asking questions. Jaywalking. And I would have got away with it too, if it wasn't for those muddling skids. Beans. Well, I guess I killed 838 people. Do I need to explain? I'm innocent, but share a name with someone who isn't. 2 detectives are going through my basement. Is that a pile of sausages on altar? Aren't sausages. I stole your mom's identity. Soup. Crimes against art. What fell was in fact not snow. I built a massive international drug ring empire. Invasion. Poisoned people by decorating their houses, almost 100 times. Impersonating Austin. Contempt of court. I just never said anything. I bit someone. Indecent bean exposure.